Hey guys, and welcome to my documentary on some of the greatest directors to ever touch the film industry. We will be looking at the careers of 4 different directors and the unique styles they have developed over the years. First up, we have the legend of the West, the man, the only, Sergio Leone. Sergio Leone was an Italian director that created the spaghetti western genre. The styles that he has created when film directing was a juxtaposition of extreme close-up shots and a long and lengthy shot. A spaghetti western is a broad subgenre made in the mid-1960s in the wake of Sergio Leone's filmmaking style. Examples of western films that Sergio Leone has made was The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, A Fistful of Dollars, and Once Upon a Time in the West and The Ugly Ones. Sergio Leone was born on the 3rd of January 1929 and died in 1989 at 60 years old. The first spaghetti western film that he has made was The Fistful of Dollars. The reason why Sergio Leone has made Clint Eastwood spaghetti western is because, according to spaghetti western actor Aldo Samvrel, spaghetti western was coined by a Spanish journalist called Alfonso Sanchez. Whoa, what the hell is that sound?
What year is it?
So, do you have time for an interview?
Sure thing.
You guys put your hands together for Clint Eastwood.
It's a pleasure to be here. I never thought 2018 would look like this.
Why do you think Sergio Leone makes spaghetti western films?
I think he makes a good Western film because it is interesting to the viewer and it adds a comedic feel to the film overall.
What makes Clint Eastwood a good actor in spaghetti western?
He really gets into his character.
What are your thoughts on spaghetti western?
Spaghetti westerns are interesting to watch. It's old-fashioned and it's kind of relatable to people my age.
What is your favourite spaghetti western film?
I'd say my favourite film is probably The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, as I'm the main star in it. And yeah, it's a pretty good film. I'd definitely rate it if you watch it, if it started out in the future.
Say, Tarantino is mostly famous for doing adult films and them being gory. However, most adults know his work, but kids don't because of how adult this is. Tarantino has also been nominated for quite a lot of awards, mostly for Best Film. So why don't we find out a bit about him, shall we? Hi Katherine, I hear you have been researching the director of Quentin Tarantino. Why don't you tell us something about him?
Sure. So he was born on 27th of March,
Yeah.
1969, to his parents Connie McHugh and Tony Tarantino.
Okay, that's nice. Okay, so can you tell us something about what Tarantino normally does?
Well, he normally does sort of gory movies, so he normally has non-diegetic music, which is where someone puts the music on instead of it just playing. And he usually has stylized violence, which is kind of staged. So it looks like you should hate it, but you don't. So kind of that.
Okay. Next up is Wes Anderson, the eccentric director best known for making films like The Grand Budapest Hotel and Rushmore. He grew up in Texas and spent most of his early life making film with his brothers. He then went to the University of Texas and met his good old friend Owen Wilson. In 1996, he released his first film, Bottle Rocket. It received great critical acclaim, but got poor box office results. Despite this, Anderson was able to make his the next films, Rushmore and the Royal Tenenbaums. Both were critical and successes, with the latter raking in $50 million worldwide. Wes Anderson has been praised for his unique film styles. He loves the use of symmetry and making still, flat shots using a limited colour palette. This has created a very distinct style for him, films making them all feel like they are in their own unique world. Many directors have attempted to copy Anderson's style to varying success. If only someone who was here who knew Anderson that would try to make a film like his.
Wow. When I first met Wes Anderson, I was like, wow, this guy clearly had talent. I just had to work with him. So I did that on the film Bar Rocket, which we made in 1996 together with my brother Andrew. I played the main character Dricken, who is a charming character who I love so much and still think about every day. Since then I've worked in many films with him, with minor and major roles, probably the most notable being The Darjeeling Limited. Quality film, I suggest all of you to watch it.
What would you say makes Wes Anderson such a unique director?
Wow, that's a good question. Personally for me, I love the stories he tells. They're great comedies, which are focused on family and friendships and sometimes dark themes. They can entail, something which usually is ignored in comedy nowadays, sadly. I also love how he puts a lot of focus on the unique characters and has a very cool style, which I can relate to a lot in my own films.
Do you think this has anything to do with his upbringing?
Possibly. I know his parents divorced when he was young, so probably around 8, and I think that may have led him to come up with maybe darker stories in his youth, and has also come across in his adult life as well, where he struggles to kind of understand a family life which is perfect, and therefore writes normally families which are always broken. And I think that's probably why he has deeper stories than most normal directors. Wow.
Finally, we have Edgar Wright, a director best known for his fast-paced, stylized action sequences. Famous for his recognizable Cornetto trilogy, which captures all his trademark styles, such as quick shots, fast action-style editing, and music which syncs with the action. These styles are unique as it captures many various ways to keep the audience entertained. A prime example would be one of his recent films, Baby Driver, which consists of funky music which matches the driving of a car. This is appealing to a younger audience compared to Sergio Leone, because this shows the right way of thought and his ideas, as they are all comedic with a fast action. Horror films always fascinated Edgar Wright, as well as comedy. This is clear in the Cornetto trilogy, as it involves both comedy and horror. For example, Shaun of the Dead consists of zombies, which is usually associated with horror films. Within the Cornetto trilogy, all 3 films, Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz and The World's End All, consist of a recurring gap and phrase throughout each film. One of the things that is unique to the trilogy, as well as the close bond between the main characters, Nick Frost and Simon Pegg, both sharing interest in gaming, which is influenced by Edgar's interest in it himself. In every film, Edgar uses fast rip pans, crash zooms and many other quick cuts or transitions to make this film more intense and thrilling. Today we have an interview with the very talented Simon Pegg. What's your favourite thing about Edgar Wright's style?
His fast editing style and the quick camera movements, like the whip pans and crash zooms and everything. It really intrigues me into his films.
How was it like portraying Edgar Wright's character?
I feel like my characters were portrayed to be a hero, and it was quite a venture to play them.
Can you show me the style of Edgar Wright yourself?
Yeah, sure thing.
I'm Pegg, and this is my recreation.
Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you use this knowledge and take it with you with your own productions.